Plaintiff Lisa Vincent first dated the defendant in 1985, but they both married other people and had families. 20 years later, Lisa says the defendant called her out of the blue and they rekindled their relationship. Lisa's suing her ex-boyfriend for unpaid loans. Defendant George Sharuhas says when he first started dating the plaintiff in 1985, she was his child's babysitter. After reconnecting 20 years later, George realized Lisa was a sex addict, and he insists the money she gave him was all a gift.
Tell me what's going on.
Well, I met George in 1985, and we fell in love and had a relationship for 2 years. And George broke up with me, and we went our separate ways. He got married and had a family. I got married and had a family. And 20 years later, I got a phone call from him out of the blue. And we were both going through our separations at the time. So we got together and had lunch, and we reconnected immediately. So
in the restaurant?
Oh.
You see that on TV, people going in the back. Go ahead.
December that year, about 6 months later, George moved in with me, and I discovered eventually that George is a compulsive debtor.
How long was it before you found out he had financial issues?
He disclosed to me when we first got back together that he was in bankruptcy.
Okay. He was honest?
He was definitely honest. What I didn't realize was the extent. I lent him a lot of money, and by that point, it was too late for me.
When did you all start dating again?
That would be May 2008.
When did you start loaning him money?
December 2008.
What type of money did you loan him?
A lot of money. That's
like what?
A lot. My savings. That month alone, it was $5,000. I wired $2,500 to him at the beginning of the month.
You seem like you're trying to hold back on me. You loaned him more than $5,000.
I did.
How much did you loan this man?
I loaned him $27,000.
For the course of what time?
About a little over a year.
Why were you so vulnerable? Was he that? Was he all of that? Put it that way.
He was.
Mercy. All right.
Yes, he was.
He was. All right. Why'd you all break up and when?
We broke up. I asked him to move out about a year and a half later. I couldn't afford to keep living that way.
Couldn't afford
We continued to see each other, and we broke up about April this year, earlier this year.
Sir?
Well, she's a sex addict. This is the point.
What's the problem, Joe says? Is that a bad thing?
No, it's great. But
if you can stand up to it.
But the point is that this wasn't just all me taking from her. This was the other way, too. Anyway, the point is we did meet, went like she described.
Let's get back to the sex addict thing.
I'm sorry. I have to disagree with that comment.
What part?
The sex addict part.
Okay. All right.
No addiction, just a healthy appreciation.
Great. What part of life are you in, age-wise?
The best part.
What age-wise? Obviously. Age-wise.
I'll be 50 at the end of this month.
So in your 40s? Mm-hmm.
I am. Mm-hmm.
Now I'm told, don't know, I think I've read it, but from my understanding, women are most, like you say you are.
Healthy appreciation.
In their 40s. Yeah, they have a healthier appetite. And the weird thing about it, men start to lose their appetite. So I don't know what God wants us to do.
She's a sex addict. This is the point.
What's the problem, Joe says? Is that a bad thing?
No, it's great. But
if you can stand up to it.
Plaintiff Lisa Vincent is suing her ex-boyfriend, who claims Lisa is a sex addict, but Lisa insists she simply has a healthy appreciation for sex.
Go ahead, sir. So,
I'm just saying it was quid pro quo. Okay, but yeah, when we first met, I was married, I had 2 kids. She was our babysitter, and my wife went out of town, and she came over, expressed her interest in starting up a relationship with me, so we did. And that led to my divorce eventually, but at the time, she was actually engaged to be married to another guy. Then she got married. I was there. She went off on her honeymoon and called me frequently from the hotel when her husband was upstairs napping, I guess. We had a very hot relationship, you might say.
That's how you term it. Hot.
That's how I would put it. Yes.
Not about a very low down relationship. You having a relationship with a babysitter in your household who is engaged, who then gets married, and while on the honeymoon is calling you. That's low down.
That is. I agree.
That's low down. I'm not passing judgment, just making an observation. And so go right ahead. What else you want me to know? You all were kind of involved on that level.
All right. So we broke up, and then 20 years later, I contacted her, and we got together again. And we both started divorce proceedings with our respected spouses. And yes, she asked me to move in with her. I did tell her, of course, that I was having financial problems. I explained the whole thing to her carefully the first time we saw each other, in fact. So she was aware, but she asked me to move in with her, and I did. And we began living together. We were very much in love. It was just that kind of thing. We were crazy about each other.
You were. She gave you $27,000 within 1 year. Why'd you all break up?
Well, when we broke up this time?
Yes, the most recent time.
Well, we broke up because she no longer wanted me to live with her.
Why?
Because she didn't like the way the relationship was working out. She felt that, I think she regretted having decided to have me move in. I think she regretted having loaned me the money.
There you go. She didn't want to be together because you wouldn't pay her money.
But, Your Honor, it was never presented to me in the form of a loan.
Oh, $27,000. You are really special. 27 in 1 year. Ma'am, you tell me whether it was a loan and give me some evidence of it being a loan. You have a list, perhaps?
I do. The first one was in the form of a wire transfer for $2,500 at the beginning of December 2008. A week later, there was another check for $1,500, and a couple days later, another check for $1,000.
And this is just the amount you're asking for back because we have a $5,000 limit here in our court.
That was my savings. That was my nest egg. I thought we could perhaps buy a condo.
When was he to repay it, ma'am?
As soon as he got a job. He told me he'd always work. Did he ultimately
get one?
He had a couple on and off, and he also...
Did you all have discussions since then about the money, since he began working?
I do. I have emails. I have 2 letters from George acknowledging that he has money that he needs
George, she says he got a letter from you.
Your Honor, yes. At some point, I did send her a couple of emails telling her that I felt morally obligated to help her.
Yeah, that's right. You're a man of high morals. Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm not judging you, sir. I'm just making an observation. Go ahead.
I felt obligated to help her because she had helped me. When we lived together, we were living together as if we planned to stay together forever for the rest of our lives. So it wasn't as if I was borrowing money. I was literally, we were sharing our lives together. We were sharing our funds.
Ma'am, on June 7th, he wrote you this letter saying that I will send you $25 per month indefinitely until you feel that the obligation has been satisfied. Do you feel that the obligation has been satisfied?
No. This time I'm not satisfied.
This time you're not satisfied. This time he couldn't meet that appetite, huh? Well, you're going to meet this one, sir. What do you say to this? $25 a month indefinitely.
Yes, I was trying to basically get her to back off and leave me alone, so I told her, okay.
Well, as you see, she hasn't backed off and she hasn't left you alone. No. Judgment for the plaintiff. She has presented me with the commitment you made to pay off the debt entirely or up through her satisfaction, indicating that you acknowledge you owed her. Therefore, I'm going to grant your judgment. $5,000 for the plaintiff.
we have a lot of history. I'd like to reconcile and be friends.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to be friends with Lisa here. It's just that I just don't think that any other kind of relationship would really work, because it never has, really.
It's lost.